Hi everyone, today is lecture number 10 of our cow game, and today we'll be doing balancing and fixing some small bugs. Most of these things that we've discussed are kind of easy to fix. We'll see if we'll manage to do everything. So I'll go through all of these very quickly, and as soon as I start fixing something, I'll show it in the game what's actually happening, and we'll fix it, and then we'll go to the next thing. So balancing is something that I will be doing probably last, after we fix the bugs and the additional stuff. But yeah, so we have to fix the power up. So last time we changed the position of the cow, and with that we had to change where the power up spawn as well. Okay, then shotgun shooting kill range. So right now the cow and the butcher, when the cow shoots, the Y of the cow and the Y of the butcher have to be the same, and we would like to fix that with some margin of, let's say, I don't know, 50 pixels or something like that. This will happen very easily. I just need to make one change in the code. Right, then we have jump animation bug. So as soon as you pick up a knife and you jump at the same time, there is a bug with the animation. I'll show you that, and I think we've discussed how to fix that as well. Okay, then shoot animation should be faster because right now it takes a bit too long for the cow to shoot, and you can die from the butcher even though you've pressed the button, and you should be able to kill the butcher. Okay, there was a suggestion to make the collider of the butcher a bit wider. So if it's like that now, something like this is what we want to get, but we'll see if it's possible to jump over the butcher in this case, but we'll see. Okay, this is quite interesting, and I'll leave it last because it's gonna take a bit longer. I don't think it will take that much, but so if you've been watching the last lecture at the end where we had a almost finished game, if something pushes the cow like a wall, pushes the cow left, there is no way to get back from that, meaning that if you get hit by a couple of walls, then you will die. And we want to change that, and after say a couple of seconds, maybe 2 or 3 seconds, we've discussed that the cow should start going right very slowly to go to its original position, which is kind of cool. I think that's not too hard to implement as well. And someone said that the game over screen is a bit dull now, and I agree. So we'll add one saw and particles coming out of it in the game over, and then we have another thing in the game over which I think is going to be fun. If you press the quit button, it's going to move to some other place first, and then you will exit. I think it's going to be cool, but we'll see. So if someone wants to leave the game, it's a no-no. So yeah. All right, so let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is very simple. Let's have a look at the code. So first we need to change the position of the power up, or where it spawns. I just want to have a quick look at the cow class. We were spawning the cow at 200 300, and now it's at 300 300. So what we want to do is go to the place where we spawn chests, which is right here, and we want to increase both of these ranges by 100. So these I have done for the old position of the cow. So let's do that. This is going to be 1000. Actually, let me zoom in. I didn't zoom in at the beginning, so right. So this is going to be 1000, and this is going to be 1380. Right. So now let's test it and see if it's easier to grab those chests, because it was kind of hard to do that now. So let's test it and see what we've done. Alright, butcher. Okay, now we have to jump to get it. It's very laggy when I started recording, but hopefully that's not gonna be too much of a problem. Okay, we got that one. There are not that many chests, I guess. And we didn't get that one, but we definitely could have gotten it if we were just staying at the same place. So yeah, we have both where you have to jump and where you have to be at this specific place. So I think that is fine. Alright, let's keep going. That was easy, so I will put in brackets fixed. Shotgun shooting Q range. So the problem is right now that, let me play again to show you, maybe stop it right here. So the problem is that right now we can only kill the butcher if he is right here at the same place where the cow is, and we want to change that to have like a small margin where we could shoot the butcher in some range. Say if he's jumping or we are jumping, we want to have, you know, some kind of range at which we can shoot and kill the butcher. So to do that, we have to go into the cow where we actually shoot. So shotgun shooting, I think, was the method. No, shooting, shoot shotgun. Alright, so this is the check that we have to, so this is the current check. So if the Y of the cow is the same as the Y of the butcher, only then we can shoot, and we want to change that. Without going into that much detail, we can, it's sort of like an equation. So we want to have, right now we have A equals B, where A is the Y of the cow and B is the Y of the butcher. Let's say that we can make the same check, but put B on this side. A minus B equals 0. And now let's say that we don't want, so this is the difference between the Y's of the cow and the butcher. And let's say that we don't want that to be 0, but instead we want A minus B to be, let's say, less than 50. That would be fine, but here we can get something mixed up with minus signs and so on. So I would rather just to put that in an absolute value like this, which is going to mean precisely the distance between the butcher Y and the cow Y. So let's do that. So in order to do that, we just need to say butch.state dot position dot x less than why am I checking the x? Oh, it's the wrong line. Yes, it's the wrong line. So here I'm just gonna copy that now. I'm not gonna write it again. I'm gonna say minus and let's say less than or equal to, I'll put it something big. Actually the total height is 720, so I'll put it something big, and I'll show you that even if you jump high, you know, you can still shoot the butcher. But first we want to have math.apps, which is absolute value of this difference, less than or equal to 720. And I hopefully after not that many refreshes we'll be able to check this change that we've just made. Alright, so now if I jump and shoot, we kill him. If I jump up, I still kill them, and so on. Let's make the difference, I think something of around 50 to 80 pixels would be fine. So I'll just change that here. And let's see how that thing works out for us. Right. Play. So shoot, that was fine. Now I have to try and come from below, but it lags, you know, too much. Okay, that was alright. I cannot shoot him there, clearly. I'm gonna hit play again. But let me go. Okay, so this is fine. I just want to find where the boundary is. Okay, there we shot him. And you know, too many of these coming. So they're not working. They're working. I think it's fine now. I think even a small margin would be fine, but just not at the at the very same Y of both. So something like a small change that we did like 50 or 80 is fine. All right, so I'll call that fixed, and we'll move on. Okay, jump animation bug. First I have to show you what the bug is. So that was when we were picking a knife. So let me kill this guy, and no, I had to pick it up first, I think. So let me try that again. It's kind of hard when it lags. So yeah, you saw how the cow was staying at the same place, and we don't want to do that. Actually, this is not the bug that we wanted to fix. Is this one where the cow like teleports at the top. So this is the one that we'll fix, and the problem comes from the fact that in our jump method, as soon as we want to jump, but do we have a state which is pick up knife, picking item? Okay, so we have to change this slightly. So right now we can only jump if the cow state is running, and since it's not running, it's picking up an item, we cannot jump, right? So I'll add an or here, or this dot current state equals cow states dot running, dot picking item. And in here, what we want to do is we want to stop the current animation and then play the jump animation, and I hope this is gonna fix it. So this dot states dot current dot animations dot, can we just stop here? I want to check what this method does. String boolean optional name. Okay, so let's stop the animations and let's play the next one right after. So we are not going to notice any difference, hopefully. So let's try that again after WebStorm loads the difference. The difference is in the code. Please. Maybe it's done that already. Hit play, kill a butcher. Hopefully he's gonna spawn a knife, but it falls right onto the wall. So let's kill him again. I couldn't do it, so right now let's try that now, and it still didn't work. But it's also too laggy to actually notice what's going on, so it's not fixed. So someone said that I'm putting the stop before the jump. Well, it doesn't really matter because these two lines of code are going to be executed, right? So the problem is that we are currently picking an item, and we try to jump at the same time with the same animation, and the idea is to stop the current animation from running and then play the jump animation. And I'm very puzzled as to why is this not working. So I will try that again, And if not, I'll pause and I'll try to fix it. But you know, it's too laggy to even notice if there is any significant difference. So, okay, it didn't work. So let me pause and try to fix that, and then we'll go on with the next thing. Okay, so we fixed the problem relatively quickly in about 2 minutes. So the problem is in this method we use the second sprite sheet, and it has alpha 1, and we want to sort of stop it in the middle. To do that, we have to say, well, states2.alpha, this is the animation of picking the knife up. We have to say that the alpha is 0, and then we have to say that the alpha of the original state is 1. And we don't need to do anything with the animations, because you know those are just two separate sprite sheets. So these two lines of code just fixed the problem. I'm sorry that it lags, but there is nothing that I can do now. It was running really cool if I was not recording. So let me run that again, show you that we fixed it. So play, kill the guy. I'm not going to be able to pick this one, maybe some of the other ones. Oh, I didn't press the button. And we jumped, and it was fine. Alright, something that's not on the list here, but I'll add it. Shotgun shooting, jump animation, but I'll add it right here. This is gonna be jumping with space also. And I'll have to check how that is done. And originally I think I've done it with jump, but we'll see. So update this.input events on input down add once. And I don't remember how this was done. Someone from the audience that's using keyboards. This dot.
You should make a key first. Initialize a key.
I should initialize a key. Okay, so probably up here. Space key. This is gonna be phaser.key, I presume. All right, and I would assume in here I have to say this dot space key dot equals this dot game dot add key. Is that how it's done, or
Phaser.key dot spacebar, or the phaser.keyboard dot spacebar.
phaser.keyboard dot spacebar? Okay, and in here I can I say now this dot space key dot on down dot add once this dot jump comma this. Now I can search, so I should say in the up I cannot do that apparently. So what's the problem here? This dot type number is not assignable to type key. Phaser dot key dot spacebar? I don't know.
Can you try this dot game dot input dot keyboard?
This dot game dot input dot keyboard dot add key phaser dot keyboard dot spacebar. I knew it was something with input, with game actually. Okay, let's search for. Okay, so here in the update, I have to add this as well. This dot space key on down add once. Oops. So dot here, and we want to say this dot jump comma this, and you think I need it in the crate? You don't think I need it in the crate? I still have it here, so I don't see a problem. There was a reason I put it there, but I don't remember what that thing was. So yeah, I don't know. We add it here, add once. Let's see where else we have it. We have it here inside the jump. So while we are jumping, we can do the double jump. So this dot, I'm just gonna copy the line. This dot space key on down. Let's put it here. This dot double jump is what we want to have here. And let's check if there is any other place that we have it. So this is on complete for the animations. This is also for the animations. I think that's that. And I'm pretty sure that now the game is going to be a lot more playable when you're doing it on the computer. Let's have a look if there is any problem with that. I'm sure I'll be a lot better now as well. So, play. Let me shoot the guy. And now pressing space, I can jump. There is no problem pressing the mouse button and the space bar as well, so I can do it with both keys. But this is, yeah, I need to get used to it. So the mouse has to be at the bottom, and I should only jump with the space. So jump here. Yeah, this is a lot better. Yeah, I can't fly, so. Alright, so we fixed those two. So fixed. This is like more like implemented. Then we have shoot animation faster. Well, that's going to be relatively easy to do. So in shotgun, instead of 30, we'll just say let's try with 60 and see how fast that is. So let's have a look. We can also do the same with the grenade animation, but we'll have to check that. So let's shoot. I think this is a lot better actually, so bam. Well, it lagged and you can see it, but you know, other than that, I think it looks a lot better. Maybe a bit slower, something like 45. I think 50 is going to be better, but yeah, 50 is going to be better. So we still want to have it faster. So in here I'll put 50. And while we're at it, why don't we do the grenade as well? So grenade, throw grenade, and the throw knife while we're at it as well. So let's try. So let's see how it is now. I'm still in the habit of pressing the mouse button. So now it's like this, and this is like this, which is also I think a bit slow. So we can change that as well. So let's get in here. Let's try all of them with 50 and let's see if we like them or not. I have to refresh again now. Hopefully that's gonna work. It lagged, so that's why we couldn't see it, but yeah, I think it looks fine. I ran out of grenades, so it lagged again. So let me shoot a couple of guys. Let's get a butcher's knife a couple of times. So let's throw it now. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better now, to be honest. Because also the car was throwing it too slow, and it was traveling too fast as well. But now it looks like the same speed that the cow throws into the grenade. Oh yeah, space. Sorry, yeah, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, right. So I think this is a lot better now. So this is a good catch. Who told me about the animation? Someone told me, yeah, so good catch. So that is fixed. Butcher collider width. Okay, so let me show you the colliders of the cow and the butchers, and then we'll decide whether what I've done is alright with you and whether we have to fix that at all. So the problem now is that if I don't know if that's gonna happen from the first go, but the problem is that when you jump with the cow, so the cow is like here, the butcher is here, and it's made so right now that if you jump him and you land somewhere around here, that is gonna be fine. So it's sort of you have to land right where the knife is in order to die. But I'll show you now, or at least I'll try. So if I jump here, it was not fine. Let's say that it lagged and I couldn't get it on time. So yeah, let's try that again. So pressing space now, and you see that I've jumped over him, and yeah, sort of when you jump on the knife, that's how I've made it to work. And let's actually go into game, go into render, and I don't have many things here, but if you see my original code here, I have commented on probably every single thing that we've done, including grenades, knives, and so on, and everything stays here in the render. So I think I'll have to refresh a couple of times again, maybe, or not. All right. So this is how I've done it. I don't know if do you think it because then you surely would have to double jump if it's a bit wider, and right now I can dodge him with with the single jump, otherwise it will have to be always double jump. So but if you pay close attention, if I jump at the very specific time just before he hits me, only then I can go over him. Otherwise, if I make it a little bit too late or a little bit too early, then it's not gonna work. So yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think it's fine? No, you don't think it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, in our country, shaking the head horizontally can be taken in a couple of different ways. So yeah, we're quite unique with that. So fixed, or decided not to do.
It should be just one word.
Sorry?
Under one word.
Is that better as a single word? Okay. Maybe camel case. Was it camel case? Not to do. That better? That better? Okay. Cow moves slowly right until reaches its final position. Alright, so to do that I am gonna need a boolean, but the problem is, let me first show you what that is. So let's say that I jump over this guy and this thing pushes me and I still jump through it. The problem is that I'll stay like this until the game is over. And what we want to do is, after a couple of seconds, we want the cow to start moving slowly to the right until it reaches, the 300 position on the. I'm still jumping with. Oh yeah, this is a problem. What happened there? I pressed space 1 and then it did the double jump animation, which was a bit weird. Is there a place where I reset? Yeah, I died straight away. I'll try that again. So I'll press that. Okay, so now it jumps fine. I probably didn't test this well enough. So if I jump this way, yeah. So something is happening and I don't know what that is. Something doesn't reset right. So if I jump here and then I press it again with the other button, it doesn't reset. So let me check again here in the cow. Why is that happening before we move on? But just to finish my sentence, the idea here is that we will have a boolean that is going to move the cow right, and we are going to trigger one second after the position is not, is not left. Sorry, is not the fixed one. And then we'll start moving it, and then we'll reset it to false once we get there. So okay, so I really want to check this. So the problem is that if I jump once with the mouse and I jump once with the space bar, something is happening and I don't know what that is. So input space key on down, this is events. Okay, add once double jump. Is there anything else? Input bg, let's have a look at that. So this game add sprite, okay, this is the alpha, input enabled, true. Okay, here we have the spacebar, here we have the input background, and we don't have it anywhere else. I have no idea what's going on.
What we did in our game was making a check in the update. When you press the spacebar, you just get spacebar pressed post. Then when it reaches 2, you can jump. And then when you collide with the ground again, that thing resets.
Okay, so the suggestion here is that we do something like a counter for the jumps. So if you jump once, you have a counter which increments by 1, and then once it's 1, you can jump again. If you collide, you set it to 0. Well, that's not the problem here, and I do it the same way, but I use states. Instead of saying jump plus, I just change the state, so it's pretty much the same. But I really have no idea what the problem is here, because if I just use the mouse, it's working fine. And if I start using space, it's bugged only for the first jump, which is very weird. So now if I jump with the space key and I jump with the mouse, it's fine, which is again weird. So this thing bugs, so either choose you want to play with the keyboard or the mouse. I have no idea how to fix this now, and I don't want to lose that much time. So if you're used to one thing, I guess that you use only that, and on your phones you are definitely just gonna use the touch because you don't have a space bar. So I think this is not too big of a concern. Okay, let's go to that one. So how should I do this? Maybe here a boolean cow push. So someone asked, what are we doing now? We want to make the if the cow is pushed left from a wall or something, we want to make it go back to its original position. So this will be relatively easy to do. I just need to structure it well. So cow pushed is going to be a boolean, and we are going to initialize it with false. I just need to find a good place for it, maybe at the end here. This dot cow pushed equals 0. Sorry, is false. Well, it was going to work either way, but let's not make it weird. Okay, so in the update we can say something like if this dot state dot position dot x is less than 300, then we want to say this dot cow pushed equals true, and then we want to say if cow pushed we want to say this dot cow This dot state dot position dot x. Actually here, if cow is pushed, we want to add an event once for the cow to get pushed, which is a bit weird. So let's see. Let me try that now, and I'll show you what my concern is. So if the cow is pushed, we want to add an event. This dot game dot time dot events dot add once. I don't even have a add once. So after, let's say, 2 seconds, what we want to do is I probably need a second variable here. Cow moving right boolean okay, so this dot cow pushed equals true, and I guess in here I should say this dot cow dot this dot cow moving right equals false. Okay, after 1 second I'll say, where was that? It's right here. This dot cow pushed equals true, and this dot cow pushed equals false, or not. No. Okay, I'll leave it like that, but I'm aware that I have to make a fix, because right now this is gonna execute too many times. So I should do something like, and this dot cow running cow moving right equals equals false. I can just say it like that, and instead of cow pushed I can say cow moving right equals true, and then I can say if this dot cow dot moving right, this dot cow moving right, this dot cow dot position this dot state dot position dot x, I don't know, plus equals 5. Let's do it quickly so that if at least we can see if it's working, then we can fix that. And I need to have another if here for like resetting purposes. If this dot state dot position dot x actually is bigger than or equal to 300, then we want to reset both booleans. So I could have made a second state, like second state here, but you know, these are holding other things, right? We wouldn't be able to both make the cow running and also, you know, moving right, but I could have made, you know, another state here, state machine, but it's going to be with only 2 states, so I think this way with booleans is better. So, and here we want to say this dot cow moving right equals false, and this dot what was the first one that I had? Cow pushed equals false. And since this, you know, is a bit weird inside the update, I'm just gonna refactor this into a method. So I don't remember the refactor extract method. Control Alt M inside the class cow, and we are gonna call this cow pushed, I don't know, cow pushed fix position, I don't know. And we call it here, and hopefully now it's gonna be fine. I'll refresh once again so that we can see it. So what was it? After 2 seconds we would expect something to happen. This is going to be quite nasty, so I would like to do it very slowly, because otherwise you would just go into a butcher. Okay, so we are pushed and we expect after 2 seconds to move somewhere. But yeah, it worked, but there is a problem clearly. It calls the event multiple times. All right, so let's have a look through the code. At least we have something working. So what I want to do is maybe debug the position of the cow in order to get a better understanding of what's going on. So let's go into game, and down here we will say this dot game dot debug dot text. The text is gonna be cow plus this dot cow dot position dot x, this dot cow dot state dot position dot x, and then what is that, x and y, maybe at 2020, color f 00, and font. I don't remember how that was done, so I'll just try and leave it like that, and hopefully we can see it. So let me refresh now a couple of times. Okay, the cow is at 300, then it moves, and then we get to 545 for some reason. And I would like to have a look through the code again.
I think you should just look inside the method, because I think you're calling it multiple times. Like
I'm calling multiple times. It fires the event. So this one, this.game.events.add. That is not.
You should have set the cow moving right in the last statement.
We shouldn't be here.
Yeah. No.
Here.
Yeah.
So the comment is that this line executes multiple times, and I don't think that is true, but I certainly want to check it. So console.log something happened here, and I'll try to refresh, and we'll see how many times it's called, because I don't know actually. Oh yeah, I got it. Yes. So I think I should reset. Yeah, cow pushed. Yeah, so the problem is here. Yeah, I don't need that. Or do I? Yeah, I don't need that. So we are gonna say only if this dot cow pushed, and then here I am gonna say this dot cow pushed equals false, right? Or not? No, that's not gonna work either. Yeah. Let me put it back the way it was. So the problem is that this thing executes every time when the cow is less than 300. So at every at any point it is going to be true. So there should be a way to fix that. Let me think about it, and then I'll come back to the video, and then I'll explain how we've done it. This is clearly wrong, because it's gonna execute this specific if for the 2 seconds that we have until the event is fired. And so by that thing, by the time the 2 seconds have elapsed, this method is going to be executed many times because we haven't changed this value. We only change it after 2 seconds, and that's the reason why it moves more than it should. So let me think about it, how to structure this, and I'll get back. Alright, we fixed the problem, and I'll change the name of this variable so that it becomes a bit more clear what we are doing. So I think it was Shift F6. Yay! Cow already pushed. So refactor. Okay. So what's the idea? It's very similar to what we've already done, but we want to execute. So I combined two ifs into one. And with the new logic, it goes like this. So if the x is less than 300 and we've not already pushed the cow, then we say that this is true, which means that this if is going to be executed exactly once. So no matter how far you were pushed, this is going to execute only once. And after 2 seconds, we'll start moving right. But we need to make this slowly. So something like 0.05 or 0.5 should be fine. I think this is going to be a bit too much, but we'll have a look. I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is the idea. We had to go into this if, or add this event precisely once. And to do that, we use this variable here, which is cow already pushed. After 2 seconds, we say, well, you're going to be moving right. If this is true, then it's going to be moving right, and then simply reset once we reach the desired place that we want to be, and it works. So let's see now. It's going to be moving slower. It was moving quite fast when we were testing it, so I need to jump over this guy, get a little bit pushed, and you will see that it slowly goes back. And I think 0.5 is fine, actually. Do you think it's fine?
Yeah,
So let.
I think we should fire the event a bit later.
Okay, so this is how it moves. Actually, let me remove the render so that we can see it properly. So let me comment all of these lines. Let's go to the cow, and inside here someone said to make it a bit later, so 4 or 5 seconds. 10 is, I think, too much. You will make the jump and then suddenly you start moving. You've already you just think we have to move slower. Okay, so let's try it with 5 seconds, and if it's too fast, then refreshing a couple of times. The bug with the mouse. And okay, so I only use the space now. So jumping, killing the guy. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we came back. So let's kill this guy, and we have to jump over another one. And we're slowly going back to where we were. Okay, so let's get back to these values. So what do you think? 5 seconds too much or not? It's alright, but you just want it to move slower. 0.3. I wouldn't do 0.3. Let's do 0.25 because we want to be able to get to 300 exactly. So right. Okay, let's give it a go again. I really want to remove the walls, but then I wouldn't be able to be pushed. So because it's annoying, because when I have to jump and so on, you're not able to see what's going on. So let's give it a go. Kill this guy, jump, kill this guy, kill this guy. And we are slowly getting back to where we were. I don't know if you saw it. Personally, I find it really hard to see what's going on. Oh, and I'm out of bullets. Perfect. So yeah, what do you think?
It's okay. It's nice.
It's not?
It's nice.
Oh, it's nice. Okay. Right. So fixed, or no? This is implemented. Particles and souls and game over. So I will do that after the break because it's gonna require a couple of things. It's not gonna be that hard. We just need to initialize a killer collection inside the game over, move this sign a little bit down, add the soul and so on. It's not gonna be too complicated or anything. I think we'll be fine, but I want to do that after the break. So 5-10 minutes break and then we'll fix that as well. Okay, so let's get back to this thing with the particles and souls and game over, and let's go in here. Let's see what we have to do. So first, the idea is that actually I don't want to zoom in. So this thing we want to move slightly down. Here we'll have a soul. We'll see how big we want that to be. And also we want to have emitters, which is going to be like blood and also either burgers or the other game over screen, which are going to fall from here. So we are going to have the soul, it's going to rotate, and we are going to have some particles falling as well. So yeah, let's try and do that, I guess. So let's go into game over, and what is it that we want to do? First we want to have a killer collection of type killer collection. I guess I will need to add reference, alt enter. Then we want to have a soul as well, so soul of type soul. I shouldn't be having this, but I don't know. Okay, then what we want to do is in here, actually at the very top, I think would be fine. This dot killer collection equals new. Actually, wasn't there something like create? I don't remember. Let me have a look at game. Killer collection. So here we have it. Okay, so we want to do both of these. So let's go into game over. Where is that? I don't see it here. Okay, so first we want to say this dot killer collection equals new killer collection. This dot game. Then we want to create it. Also we wanted to move the game over text, but there is a problem that I see now. I think play button, quit button, kills best. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you what the problem is, and I'll be able to fix it, but I'll need a Photoshop for that. And this is the problem. This is the whole image. Okay, and I'll need Photoshop to fix that, which I don't have on this computer, but it will be fixed for the next lecture. Well, the problem is that I have to delete this, right? Or at least find the PSD file and delete this or move it down, which I cannot do right now because I don't have Photoshop. And even if I do it with something like Paint, it's going to be very visible that we have something here. So we'll do everything else, and the game over is going to be like here, but I'll be fixing that next time. Okay, and then we want to have a soul. So this dot, where to create that? I guess, well, first it's the background. Last, I think here is fine. This dot soul equals new soul, and we need Okay, phaser game. Do we need to actually create a saw? Why don't we just create an image and rotate that? I think that would be alright. So saw is going to be of type phaser.sprite, and we're going to be saying here this.game.add.image, and in here what is it again? So 0 0, and then key is gonna be bloodier saw. I think image is fine as well, is it not? Oh yeah, right. So image, sorry. Bloodier saw, was this the way that we code it? I think it should be in bloodier saw, yeah. Bloodier with an underscore. So bloodier saw. No, what was the key? I didn't see the key, I only saw not here in boot. Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay, so game over. Okay, so we have this, and inside update, which we don't have now, we want to say this dot saw dot rotation, and maybe set an anchor. Yeah, that's right as well. So here, this dot saw dot anchor dot set 0.5, and we'll see how big it is. I have no idea. Maybe we'll have to also do something with that. So this dot saw dot rotation, and I want to have a look at the menu. Okay, so plus equals 0.04, something like that. So go into game mode. Plus equals 0.05. Alright, and let's have a look. We'll need to die fast, I guess. Do you want it smaller or a little bit smaller? Maybe 0.7, I think. Scale, was it this dot saw dot scale dot set 0.7, 0.7. If we want to, we can move it slightly inside the game as well. Maybe refresh a couple of times. Play, and let's get killed. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, now we have to make some emitters from the killer collection, but I don't remember how that was done. Did I have explode or not? I don't know. Let's try that here. So we want to say, probably around here, this dot killer collection dot. Okay, so we definitely want to have blood. Dot emitter dot start, and I would like to check how we did it in the boot. This dot game add image, it was not boot, it was preloader. Field loading text bone emitter. I have to create, no, we have one already, so I need to set the X, the Y, and just copy that in here. So here we want to say and I want to add that as well. Control C. Okay, and we don't need that. Okay, now we want to set where the blood should be dripping from. So what do you say? As in X and Y. So we can say this 2020 that I have and maybe try with that, but let's see if that's gonna be alright. Also this should be behind, so I guess I would need to put it here, here in order to look good. I guess I'll need to refresh again. And we don't see anything, which is strange. I have, but let me check again in the preloader. Is there anything special here? Phaser, game, number width, number gravity. There may be another problem that I'm creating it first and then putting the background. So that thing maybe have to be here, but I don't know. Let me try that. This dot killer collection dot control C, control V, control V. Let's just check this because I'm curious why it's not appearing at all.
We don't need a killer collection. A killer collection is for the game.
The killer collection is for the game, yeah, but that would mean that I will have to create now many emitters in here, which I already have inside the killer collection. Okay. Yeah, I don't need all of these stuff, so I'll just remove that then and create everything from scratch inside this class. Okay, so let's just delete all of that. Actually, I liked the one which was inside the menu, so I guess it was this one. I'll just put it in here and hopefully it's gonna work, you know, straight away. But it needs to be, yeah, I think here is fine. So let me refresh again. This one was nice also. Okay. So let's put it behind here somewhere. I would say not 2020 like up here, but more like somewhere around here. And I'll try to add some kind of a horizontal push to the right, but I've no idea whether that's gonna happen. So this dog game, so let's put this at solid 50-50. Yeah, it is 2020, but I wanted to put it slightly further to the right. So let's refresh a couple of times. maybe further to the right. What do you think? So on the X, let's put it at 100. Can I just start the game over state? Yeah, sure. So after preloader, game over. I just hope that everything has loaded. Yeah, it should. We don't have the key, so I had to start this with false, false, and then what was that? Like kills best, something like that. I don't remember. Let me check. Let's go into game. Game over. False, false. This dot killer collection dot score. Let me just copy all of that. I'm going to preloader. I'll just copy that here. Okay, score 0, maximum score 25, and let's have a look then. Further down maybe, because we only see them with very low alphas, so I would put it down. Let's go to game over. Something like 100, maybe 100 will be too much. Let's try 100 and 150, and let's see if that's gonna go away too much from where we want it to be. Okay, maybe to the left then. So on the X 110 maybe, or just 100. We'll see how that works. No, 100 it is. Okay, right, so we have that, and what I want to do now is add a couple of emitters that I forgot how to do. So you think it's the same way? Let's try. So we want them to be at the same spot, so var burger emitter. Actually, I'm simply not gonna bother with that. I'll just go into here and just do that. I'll just copy all of that. Actually, I don't need the blood emitter, I don't need the feather emitter, I just need sausage and burger emitter, I think. I even have a steak somewhere inside the graphics, but I think those two would be fine. So go into game over, and how do I start them? Let me first check those. With gravity keys. Okay, let's go in here. I need to add them up. So this dot burger emitter, stat emitter, and then we have sausage emitter, which is also of type emitter. Alright, and then let's set something like a loop event, maybe after a second to spawn, like each second to spawn like one burger or something. Let's see how that's gonna look like. So if where is that random background index, if this dot, oh, is it this random background index, if it's 1, Then we want to spawn. I don't remember which one is which. We can just change them. Then we want to have this dot sausage emitter dot start, and let's see what we want to have here. So start it at, I don't know, 50-50. Explode, I don't know, true. Lifespan 2000, quantity 2. Okay, and this thing we want to be inside this dot game dot events dot, what was it, this dot game dot time dot events dot loop. And in here we want to say delay, callback, context, this, and we want to say else, this dot game dot time dot events. Actually, why didn't I just copy it? I just like writing, I guess. And then we want to have, this is gonna be burger emitter. Alright, I have no idea what's gonna happen, so let's just have a look. Did I say, where did I place those? Game with gravity. Do I have X and Y? Yeah, I did for both, so it's fine. Longer lifespan, maybe more. Can we also have a head emitter? I wouldn't add that, but yes, we can. It's gonna be very easy. Just create one from emitter. It's gonna be really easy. So instead of burger, we can have cow head here if you want to. We can do that now actually if you want. So how was it? Cow head, preloader. It was one of the last things that we added. Head. Did I put it in boot? Cow head. Okay, cow head with a capital for some random reason. Okay, game over. Cow head, and inside here I can also say cow head. If you like it, I'll leave it. I don't think it's gonna be good. What? Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Okay, and let's add more then. So let's. Where is that? Okay, so more lifespan, something like 5,000, 5,000, and maybe like 6. For the burgers, I wouldn't do that many, to be honest, because they're quite big, I think. We have like very tiny cow heads. Yeah, but we have burgers. I think it looks funny. Do you like it? Yeah, sort of. No. Without the, I like the heads, but I want them to be bigger. Why? Oh yeah, because the scale. Yeah, so I should put that here. This dot burger emitter dot scale set scale. Let's try it with 1, and I want to do that the same for the sausage emitter. They're too small. Oops. Let's try it now. Let's see what's happening. It's gonna be funny, I think. Sorry, you think it's better?
Yeah.
Now, do you want them to be this big? Well, I can't make them both, or I have to make a separate emitter for the cow, which I can do as well.
I think this way it's cool.
You think it's cool this way? All right. I would try. I would want to try this sausage as well, but I don't know why. Did I change some value here? Or let's go into where was I calling this from? From preloader. Game over false false.
The 0 I think is
No, I just want to have a look at something. So no, we set it here. Yeah, it's random. So I'll just have to press refresh a couple of times. I just want to push them right somehow. Let's check. So this dot sausage emitter dot let's see what we have here. Bounce, emit x, exist, explode, flow, frequency, gravity. This is just a number, height, Q, left, lifespan, make particles, max particles, rotation, name on, physics type, position, set rotation, set scale, set size, set x speed. Wow. Okay. 200, 300? Let's just have a look at what kind of numbers are there. That shouldn't be there. So somewhere around here. Okay, and maybe do the same for the burger emitter. I guess refresh again. Hopefully. This is quite funny. Maybe give a different range. I would say something like 50 to 300, but that's quite funny, I have to admit. I think 50 is relatively small. I mean, 300 is barely reaching here, so. They should be spawned at, like, more randomly, because we always have 3 burgers and 3 cows. Maybe we want to do, yeah, I'll just do something different. So instead of this being a second and a half, I'll do it every 500. This is going to be 3. I want to do it here every 500 milliseconds as well, and this is going to be like 1. And it's going to be like dripping, so, you know, let's have a look. I think I did. What do you think is bugged? Yeah, it stops because we have something that is maximum. No, this is with gravity keys. There is something inside this class that we are not resetting. So like max particles, this dot sausage emitter dot max particles equals 20. This dot burger emitter dot max particles, oops, 20, and I think now it's not gonna pause. By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but if you see the alpha of the cow head, do you think it's alright, or should it be just 1? Or you like it with a bit of an alpha? You don't like the alpha with the sausage? Well, I don't want to make a separate cow head emitter, so
I think cowheads should be rarer.
cow heads should. So you basically want me to make a cow head emitter? I like it this way, or we can fix it next time. But yeah, I think we've managed to make something completely ridiculous. Sorry? Ramsey Bolton would approve. For those of you watching Game of Thrones, yeah, I think he will. Let's get a burger to see if that is fine as well. Yeah, I think it's funny. The game over should be slightly down and maybe front. So I just have to remove it from the background and then place it with a text. But we'll do it. The blood stops, and yeah, we can fix that as well. But just not that much blood. This is quite mesmerizing to look at. It's quite funny. All right. What about the quit button? Okay, so we wanted to make something with the quit button, but if I do that now, okay, so let's do that now. So on click. So what we were talking would be funny. If you want to quit the game, we should punish you and make the quit button move at a random place so that you have to press it twice. Yeah, on hover, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, so inside the quit button, instead of this dot exit game, we are gonna say this dot move button, and move button. Let's pick a random. Do I need a random? Yeah, I'll need a random, but I'll do that on the spot. So this dot game dot add tween. And how was that? Can I do it in a single line? This dot game dot add tween. Inside here, I want to say this dot quit button, which I don't have, and I have to extract. So quit button here, quit button, phaser dot button. And inside here, I want to say this dot quit button. Okay. All right. Do I have to say position here or not? No, I don't think so. And then maybe 2. Can I chain them like this? I hope I can. X goes to RNG from 0 to 120 minus this dot quit button dot width, and the Y is gonna go to RNG from 0 to 720 minus. Am I setting an anchor here? No, just the scale, which is good. So 0 720 means minus this dot quit button dot height. I don't have a bracket, so that should be there. Okay, so where should I put the comma? Maybe this bracket I don't need, and comma here. Yeah, all right. Duration 100 milliseconds. Let me put an enter here. Okay, easing, phaser easing default. Phaser.easing.default. Auto start, true, of course. Delay, we don't need delay. Repeat, yo-yo, we don't need that.
Can you scroll up a bit?
Can I scroll up a bit?
This dot quit button.
Thank you. This dot quit button dot scale dot set. All right, let's give it a go. Right now, since I'm not resetting the callback, I guess it's just gonna move around. Maybe 50 is like too small. Let's change that to something slightly bigger. Something like 400 is on my mind as a number, so that we can see it moving. Like the person has to try and get it. Yep. Okay. Right, and since we don't want to like annoy the players, let's just do it once and then say this dot quit button dot on down on input down dot add once. Can I just say this dot exit game this, please? All right. All right, it's good. Sorry, maybe two, maybe two more, 3 times. You wanna make something like a counter? Okay, like are you sure you wanna quit? Yeah. Okay, maybe next time. I think we'll do that. All right. I need a little bit more work before I finish this lecture, so let's go into game. And inside here, I wanted to say that I want to push another difficulty, and I've done so apparently. But then when we update the difficulties, I guess we should do something. So trigger level 1, trigger level 2. Let me just take a look at the code here. Then I want to say else if this dot killer collection. Let me remove that. It's annoying. This dot killer collection dot score equals 30, and should this dot should should change difficulty. Then we want to say this dot trigger level 3. Sorry? No, trigger level 1, trigger level 2, trigger level 3. We want to go to level number 3, which in our array is the 4th element of difficulties. Okay. And then we want to say, so where was that? Update difficulties, or this dot killer collection dot score equals 31. Or I can just remove all of that and say percentage 10 equals 1, and this dot killer collection dot score is bigger than 5, or let's say 10. Okay, did you see what I did there? It was equals 11, 21, 31, and we can just remove that and just write this in order to change the difficulties properly. All right, so let's change a couple of values here, and then we'll do the same for these, and next time we'll be rebalancing it again, because this lecture was, you know, a bit too much, a bit too long. All right, so since we've all played the first level quite many times, what I say is that we need to have the chests. Actually, the chests I think are fine. I think the RNG butch low has to be has to be lower. So it's this one, like spawn a bit more so that we can a bit more quickly escape the level. So that's gonna be maybe 500, I think is fine. Then butch speed, okay, so I'm not gonna touch that. RNG platform, the platforms are fine. I think the walls need to be spawned more rarely, so on a bigger interval. So let's say something like between 4 seconds and something like 8 seconds, and then we can change that next time when we go back to that. Barbecues, they should also be spawned relatively like not so frequently. So I would say here maybe similar to the walls, 4,000, 7,000, something like that. Level speed is fine, we're not gonna touch that. Okay, so now let's have a look at the values above and try to change those as well. Index is 1, we don't want to change that. RNG chest low. So chests I've put here to be spawned more often, which I think you would agree. Okay, 7. Then between 7 and I think it's fine this way. RNG butch low. So now this thing we need to change. So the butchers in the first level are between 500 and 6,000. I would say maybe between 500 again and maybe 4,000, 5,000 here. 450, okay. This we're not gonna be touching. This is the butch speed. RNG platform low. So more platforms, which is fine. More walls, but not that many, I guess. So 3,500 and maybe 6,500. Maybe we'll test that next time. RNG barbecue low, 3,500. Then we want to have something like 55, maybe. So slightly more, maybe 65. Okay, then RNG chest low, so more chests from 4 to 10. I think that is fine. Butchers, do you still want to have that at 500? Maybe we can have a couple of them spawning very like one next to the other. Leave it at 0. Nope. Why? So if you put something like from 0 to 4,000 here, it's going to be very, very rare that 2 butchers spawn next to each other, right? It's going to happen probably around 3% of the time that they are going to be really close. So I think that will be all right. If it's not, we are going to bump this again. Or if you want to, we can put like 250 here and then 0 would be for the hardcore level. Okay, so 4,000, this was something with speed. RNG platform low, so even more platforms, even more walls. So I think the walls here should be closer to the upper levels, let's say 2,500. And 3,000, maybe let's keep the same sort of pattern. Barbecue low, I would put this at 3,000. Barbecues are really a nightmare to dodge once you have butchers and walls and so on. Barbecue high, from 3,000 to let's say 5,000. And the last level, so this is index number 3. RNG chest low, so even more chests, so from 3 to 8 I think. But butch low from 0 to 3,000 maybe. I don't know, this is less than the one above. Then we have butch speed, which is 11. They're now really fast. RNG platform low. This is gonna be something else, but I don't want to do that many platforms. It's gonna be too overcrowded with platforms, so I guess this we can leave. And RNG wall, I think this is now good. Maybe this should be like 4,000. and the barbecues should be like 2000 here and 3500 there, maybe. Okay, so I don't know, that's how I filled the numbers. We can try this like once or twice, and but I have to make barbecues. So where were they? Killer collection. No, was it in level? There they are. Spawn barbecue. That's probably in the update somewhere. Yeah, there they are. So just do that. And let's see what we've done.
Can you change the level
Oh, I have to change the state. Sorry? You want to change the level too?
on every kill or 2 kills?
No, I just want to try and play it a bit more. So the suggestion was to just change the difficulty with every level, but then you wouldn't feel how it's going. Right, so let me go to, where was that? Preloader. Remove that. This dot game dot state dot start, and I think this was menu. And let's give it a go. Sorry? Use space. Okay, I'll try to use space. I just have to get used to it, I guess. Play. Alright, die. Perfect. I'll try again. Okay, kill this guy. Barbecues are spawned at the same times, like as soon as, or not. Okay, this is nice, like for a first level. Oh, too many. And then I died. There is something wrong with the times. Let me refresh again. I don't know, there is something wrong with the barbecues, I think, the way we spawn them, because they just get spawned at the same interval. So I will just go into the level class and check if I can fix that quickly. Platform low, platform high. No, I want to have the barbecue low, barbecue high. Oh, that's weird. I guess I have to play more. This is actually quite fun, I have to admit. And I should have been pressing the space, I guess. Okay, we both died. How does that even happen? Yeah, I should have been playing with the space, it's a lot easier. So let me try that again. So, kill, jump. Okay, this is easy. I think. Perfect. I died. This is a bug that I know how to fix, so I'll do that next time. So fix not burning animation. So we have to stop every current animation, I think, now, and then play the burning one, because it gets confused whether you're on the ground or not. What I like is that it is really hard, but I just wanna say if it's like playable hard or just like ridiculous hard. So come on. Oh. Why did I do that? I'm not pressing space. I should try it again. So the barbecue is like placed on the ground, and maybe we can like position it at the very bottom. There is no way that I can. Oh, I'm just too good. Okay. Oh no, come on. Am I gonna move right? Please, game. Yeah, I pressed space. Yeah. Okay, so a couple of things that I want to fix for next time. So this one was implemented, and okay, so we have fixed burning animation, and I forgot what was the other one. The barbecue. Okay, so 9 barbecue position fix, and maybe we can make it slightly smaller, because it's very hard to jump over it now, or at least the body, like change the body of it or something.
You also need
I need what?
to fix the butcher falling after game over.
I need to fix the butcher falling after game over. Yeah, okay, so fix butcher falling after game over. That will happen relatively easily, I think. I'm not sure. And we have some cow heads and okay, that was it. I'll see you in the next lecture, which is going to be our last one. So that will be lecture number 11, I think. So next time we'll finish the balancing. I'll show you how to build it very quickly using cocoon.io, and yeah, then after that we'll have to see your games, I guess. So that was it. I'll see you on